Hey guys, so this is a quick one where I show you a rough workaround on fillArc. It's not the quickest, easiest thing to do, but it's what we can do with what we know already. Let me zoom in just a little bit. Okay, so up here I've got my skeleton. Again, guys, if you're going to use this, grab the whole thing. I've had several people that they don't get all the lines, it doesn't work, and then they kind of throw their hands up and they're like, why doesn't this work? Because you didn't get everything. Copy the whole code, saves time and arguments, and then you can adjust it if you understand what's going on. All right, so right now I've just got some colors and I've just got a background. So help this show up, I've got a black background. I threw a rectangle up there, and then I've got a white circle that is just going to show. Accidentally debugged, but it'll work. But as you can see, that's just my circle. Everything I draw is going to be based off this, so you can see where it's supposed to fit. We're going to put it on top of this, so as we replace it, we'll replace the colors. Okay, so right now we know arc. So right here in cyan, we've got std draw. Actually, we'll just do arc just to show it. This is what we know already. So I'm going to use the same circle measurements, 400, 300, 250. Now I need an angle. So I'm starting at 0. So let's go there. And we'll just do 45 degrees to get started. So we're going to see a little bit of a wedge crust. Okay, right there. So we see a little bit of blue. Not the best thing in the world. Also, it's just an outline. Now, yes, we can make this bigger. If we went, 300, we'll see most of the circle covered up by that arc. It still doesn't do anything about filling in all that extra space like a sector would in math. So we need to have some kind of workaround. Well, worst case scenario is I just make a loop. So we've got that one here. Let me just steal this code. And so we can overlap stuff. We'll start this one at 90 and we'll go to 180 just to get a differing colors so you can see what's happening. So we still draw the cyan circle, and then now we've got the magenta. But the magenta we're going to actually affect. So rather than drawing it once, we're going to draw it as a loop. All right? So you know me, my preferred loop is a for loop. It lets me have a little more control, but you can use whichever you prefer. I'm going to let this be my radius. Okay? So you know what? I am going to just change this to be R. And we'll go 250. R is greater than 0 because I don't want it to error. You put 0, there's no circle drawn. And R minus. We'll go individual right now, even though I think we could probably get away with doing more because this is a thicker line. Up here, you can see I changed the pin radius slightly, so it's a bit bigger. But anyway, we'll do individual so it overlaps. And if we did this right, we're going to see a wedge get drawn from the outside in. There you go. Now it is still bound by the arc. It's still bound by the center of the circle, but this is one way you could do it and still kind of get a sector. In truth, this is probably something along the lines of how I'm going to try to rewrite the library and add it, because it still needs to work that way. Now, whether or not I can get it to work for like an ellipse, that's a whole different story. So hope this helps, and good luck. Hey, Mr. Gerald from the future. As I was editing this, I realized I didn't do the other side. So I had the reason why I had some of these other colors. So there are other things you can do with this. Let's say you didn't want to shade inside but wanted to shade outside. We can do the exact same kind of trick. So we'll do yellow this time. Let's change our angles so we don't overlap. So that was 90 to 180. Let's go 180 to 270. We'll just use these nice little sectors. Actually, we'll go all the way around, 360. All right. Now, in this case, we're going to go the other way, shade outside, kind of an inverse sector. So 250 is where we're going to start. And then we just need to kind of figure out how far we want it to go. We're in the center of our grid. It's 300 vertical distance, so that would probably deal with us, but that won't stretch all the way horizontally. So let's go up to 400 and let's see what this does. There's the inward, and then there's the outward. Okay, so see, even 400 didn't get us everything, so we still have some opening gaps here, but that's one way to use the negative space in order to just draw everything but that sector. If we increased it more, probably by 150, so maybe 550, this should cover everything else that's within at least the visible range of our grid. There we go. Yeah. So, bonus part.